From the proposed transportation center here in North Charleston to the new Mixson apartments to the Mother Emanuel tragedy 2 years later, North Charleston Mayor Keith Summey speaks exclusively to me for the special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. Mayor Summey, it is so good to see you.
And it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Likewise. You know, I want to begin with the obvious. The new transportation center. According to a local television station, officials have been planning to build a station for over a decade. It's going to be built near the Gaynor Avenue Amtrak station and will replace the existing Greyhound bus station on Dorchester Road. The city of North Charleston has delayed the project because the budget was about, I guess, $2 million short. And most of the funding will come from the federal government, I believe. Just yesterday, Carter basically announced that they have good news that money's coming. Who moves that chest next?
We're already, that's all we were waiting on. We're going out to contract.
Okay.
And start construction. It's a difficult construction because we've got to maintain operation of the current location while this is being built.
Right.
But it's going to be something that all of us in the greater Charleston area can be proud of. Right now, people coming into our community and people in our community traveling, it's not a good location as far as the condition of the building. The actual physical location is fine, but the building is old. It has not been maintained properly. Amtrak, they are furnished that by CSX, not because CSX wants to, it's because they're mandated to by the federal government. So this is a project that I really started 20 years ago with a young lady named Juanetta who worked for me at the time. She has since retired. But Juanetta and I started working on this project realizing that we needed a place that people could travel. In the old days, train stations and bus stations were elegant. They were, if you go to the train station in New York or Washington, look at what they are. And so we just wanted something that was an appealing place for people to travel. I honestly think more people will travel by rail now with this coming on board. So we started working on it, and then Carter came about. So we had a regional transportation authority, so we transferred that project over to them. Little did we know that 15, 16 years later we'd take it back. But we're excited about it. We're excited for the community surrounding it and what we can do to enhance the quality of transportation for both residents and guests coming to the greater Charleston area.
Let me stay with transportation because this is another topic. Lights out on 526. According to a local television station and the South Carolina Department of Transportation's, lights are out on a part of I-526 in North Charleston, right near the Down Hole Bridge, because obviously the electrical lines have deteriorated, which caused the lights not to work. And I know the city put out a statement basically saying this, quote, "The unrepaired lights along 526 pose a major safety risk for motorists, especially stalled motorists. However, South Carolina DOT has directed staff to engage a consultant to expedite the process and address the safety concern. Until the repairs are made, we urge motorists to use extra caution while traveling along 526. Engage a consultant. What else do you hope they will do besides installing new lights?"
Fix the darn things. I mean, you know, this has been going on for 2 years. And I actually got SCDOT upset with me when I brought this up the last time because I told them that it just seemed like we were being ignored in North Charleston with the lights in that area. And, you know, driving along, following another car is one thing. But if you break down, there's not a lot of room to pull over to the side. And it is extremely, extremely dangerous. And I have been assured that they're moving forward on it rapidly now. But, you know, this is one of the things that's concerned me about monies coming back to the community. The gas tax that we just passed. I think that 75% of all monies collected in each county should stay in that county. And then 25% go to support the interstates in the more rural areas and subsidize the rural roads because they don't draw the gas tax money that we do. But, and the thing that concerns me as well is they keep talking about it's all about maintenance and fixing it. Well, that may be great for some rural counties. But for Charleston County, Dorchester, and Berkeley County, we need improved roads, not just maintained roads. We need wider roads, we need better mode of transportation because of the gridlock that we have going on within our community.
Sure.
So I'm hoping that we can be successful in working with DOT and the half-cent sales tax funds to not just repair and maintain, but enhance.
You know, I guess it was 2 weeks ago when I did an interview with Nelson Rivers, and I was coming back from his church, and I just saw this opening, and I just decided to walk down it. Little did I know it was Mixson. And obviously, the headline from abcnews4.com says the following: troubled former flats at Mixson Apartments reopening under new name, new ownership. What else would you add to that headline?
Well, it was a sad thing that happened to those apartments. It was a construction error. And now the people who actually constructed them are partners in the property. That's how they settled the disagreement with the former owners. And they're going back in and completely have gutted the exterior walls and what have you, doing everything to checking the product to make sure it's good. And they'll have the first set ready to reopen in August, I believe. And we're excited about seeing them come back. They were very popular. They were filling out as soon as they opened. It's a great location to the old village area. It's a great location in that they had book shows come out there. They had the food trucks come out. It was really generating a whole little community environment. 2 swimming pools. I mean, just a nice area. And we're excited that it is coming back and going to be thriving again. Now the developer that bought the housing section for single family and condos has said that they're getting ready to start construction as well. So not only are we going to see the apartments come back, but we're going to see new home construction as well.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's great.
The Mother Emanuel tragedy. Obviously, it's been 2 years since that has happened. Where does your mind go to 2 years later?
The families. You know, I lost a sister and her husband in a traffic accident back in 1972. Those type of things can happen. You do not expect those things to happen while someone's at church. And, you know, I think that the church and the families have demonstrated well and above the calling that God gives us to love one another. It's difficult to feel compassion and love for someone who has disrupted part of your life. But this church and the church members and the family especially, everybody has come around and supported, but they're the ones that were directly hit.
Right.
And so my heart still goes to those individuals. I think about the young man that has just gotten a call into the pro baseball.
Oh yeah. Chris Quintin.
Yes, from Charleston Southern. And what a great mom he had to create within him. You know, she will live as long as he's alive because she will live through him. And I can tell you, when he got that call the other day, there was a big smile up in heaven.
Yeah.
Big smile.
Chicago Cubs.
Yes, sir.
And I want to get to the Superstore fire. Obviously, that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Where are you still emotionally with that?
Well, I think it was such a wake-up call to modernize fire protection, not only for the protection of the individuals whose structures are being destroyed, but for the safety of those people that are working. I think all of us looked at how we handled situations, how we could improve the safety of our people, and I'm very proud to say we have now been rated as a Class 1 fire department. And I think the Sofa Superstore fire is something that City of Charleston was more dramatically affected than anyone, but I think it made all of us look at how we handle our house and to improve the quality of service for the community, but also the safety for the individuals who go into those fires.
Well, Mayor Keith Summey, one of my favorite interviewees. Thank you.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. And
Likewise.
God bless, and I understand you've got a little calling that you're going to be doing
Yes.
for some folks, and I wish you every bit of success.
Thank you.
God knows you deserve it.
Thank you. And you'll see this on abcnews4.com and YouTube.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.